Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago. 18 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Hurts, and that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They run with Thomas. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times you talk about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterward. I know he's trying to make a play, but that time, he ends up drawing the flag.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be brought down at the 27. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
This is Thomas. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing is Hurts. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he is going to have the Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they have to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. They'll fire this complete to Hurst down the field. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Campbell. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Hurts back to the same target, Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
On first down, Hurts. He completes this to Walker. Oh, what a move. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield. Here's Williams to return.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Thomas. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Hurts.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so...
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Harris Campbell from 4 yards out. And the Colts are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they are back to 500 on the year. Got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so now it comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Aleem McNeil able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On the ground, it's Thomas. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Aleem McNeil. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
And if we go back to the last series, remember their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he finds a man on the crossing route.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Looking to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And able to use his blockers to get this over. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
2nd and 15.
Going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open book beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And he'll get this one to Cooper, complete.
30, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Amari Cooper, 87 yards.
And the Colts have taken the lead.
Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 14-7. Those are the runs the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll drop to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. A great effort there. 76 yards.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Tucker now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
That ball caught by Campbell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
On 2nd and 10.
Hurts looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Walker has it.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the...
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And the first half was not kind to him, and he knows that. 3 interceptions, but still tied, so kind of a clean slate.
I'd say it's a reprieve because ordinarily you throw 3 interceptions, your team should be behind. So he has to be thinking to himself, okay, I'm off the hook for that one. I have to play better for my team here in the second half.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit.
Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, it's Thomas.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's got Hooper on the out route.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Throwing is Hurts.
And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. The lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they're
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Quay Walker gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half.
Touchdown, Colts! Kenneth Walker, 26 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day.
And now here's another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you had him. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll inside the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 53 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Well, hang on here. DeAndre Hopkins is shaken up, so we're going to have a pause for an injury. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Off the RPO, he completes it. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And that is caught downfield by Thomas.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Up the middle they go. Thomas. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there.
His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Tucker with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And the Colts coming out now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And quickly they get to the line. Second down and inches. Thomas brings it in. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big play there for Cincinnati. 63 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dunk down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second and 9 now. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. Looking to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one complete downfield to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Bengals are back within a score. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Still 15 yards to go. 2nd down. Hurts. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Bengals down by 7. 1:51 on the clock. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Gregory Rousseau in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
So, Brandon, we saw that with a lot of coaches. When they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. The safety, Terrell Edmonds. The Colts are going to take possession of the football. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes
get some space there. They elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every